Subscribe to the channel.
Between the silence of distant stars, I feel the pull, a quiet awakening where shadows and light become one. The weight of forgotten memories dissolves in the glow, and I surrender to the current that carries me home. The temperature rises, energy moves through every vein. Boundaries fade as the universe opens again. This is the moment of collision, where darkness learns to dance with illumination. The awakening begins. We are bioluminescence burning through infinite night, turning void into wonder, transforming absence into light. In this hypnotic state, we rise above the fear, carried by the melody that makes everything clear. Euphoria flows like a river through the soul. In the trance, we finally feel whole. Softer roars paint the sky in colors beyond words. Gravity releases its hold as the inner world emerges. I drift through layers of existence, where every breath becomes a bridge across dimensions. Time loses meaning, only presence remains. Echoes from future selves whisper through the void, healing the fractures that once defined who I was. Magnetic forces align the fragments of my being, revealing the eternal truth hidden deep within. The temperature rises, energy moves through every vein. Boundaries fade as the universe opens again. We are bioluminescence burning through infinite night, turning void into wonder, transforming absence into light. In this hypnotic state, we rise above the fear, carried by the melody that makes everything clear. Euphoria flows like a river through the soul. Here in the trance, we finally feel whole. Fading gently into the parallax of stars. The light and shadow merge into perfect balance. In this hypnotic dream, we become the light. Meet me where the map runs out, where the clocks lose their hands. I have crossed 1,000 timelines just to find where you began. Watching all the windows close. Every city had your shadow. Every train became a thread. Every mile was pulling backwards to the words we never said. Then I felt you in the distance, like a pulse beneath the snow. Not a memory, not an answer, just a place I had to go. There is a line across the heavens, only broken hearts can see. It is drawn in silent fire, and it keeps calling back to me. If the world divides the oceans, if the stars refuse to stay, I will follow your direction past the edge of yesterday. dreams beneath the rain. Every border I surrendered opened something in the pain. I was not searching for a rescue, I was not begging for a sign. I was listening for the fracture where your rhythm crossed with mine. Then the silence split in silver, and the night began to turn, like the universe remembered every place we had to burn. There is a truth beneath the distance, there is motion under stone. Some connections do not vanish, they just learn to travel alone. If the morning cannot find us, it's the maps are torn in two. Leave your voice inside the static, I will navigate to you. Maybe time is only weather moving through a human chest. Maybe love is not a shelter, but the storm we recognize best. Maybe we are not returning, maybe nothing stays the same. But somewhere past the final border, I still hear you say my name. The last meridian is burning through the blue. The last meridian still points me back to you. Meet me where the map runs out, where the clocks lose their hands. I have crossed 1,000 timelines just to find where you began. I was moving through the blueprints of a life I never chose, reading names inside the daylight, watching all the windows close. Every city had your shadow, every train became a threat, every mile was pulling backwards to the words we never said. Then I felt you in the distance, like a pulse beneath the snow. Not a memory, not an answer, just a place that had to go. There is a line across the heavens. The night opened like velvet above the frozen sea, and every color in the darkness started reaching back to me. I was walking through the cold lights, where the world forgot to speak, with 1,000 quiet questions sleeping underneath my feet. Every breath became a lantern, every shadow turned to glass. I was searching for a feeling that the years could not outlast. Then I saw it in the distance, like a wound becoming sky, and a roar made of memories burning softly in your eyes. There is color in the silence, there is motion in the still. Something moves beneath the surface, like a heart against the chill. If the night becomes a mirror, let it show what we became. Not a ghost, not a goodbye, but a spark that kept its name. step became a letter from a place we used to know. I could feel the sky remembering all the things we never said, as the colors moved like rivers through the silence overhead. And your voice was not a memory, it was warmer than the dawn, like a pulse inside the distance, still impossible, still strong. There is thunder in the quiet, there is gold beneath the ache. Something beautiful is rising from the parts we couldn't save. If the morning tries to find us, let it wait beyond the blue. We belong inside this moment where the sky is breaking through. Maybe love is not a promise, maybe time is not a road. Maybe some hearts burn in color when they have nowhere left to go. Maybe we are not returning, maybe we are something new, to bright ghosts beneath the heavens, learning how to move in blue. Velvet aurora, paint the night in blue. Velvet aurora, I still move with you. Under the velvet aurora, we are brighter than the storm. Every broken piece of silence finds a rhythm, finds a form. I was walking through the cold lights where the world forgot to speak, with 1,000 quiet questions sleeping underneath my feet. Every breath became a lantern, every shadow turned to glass. I was searching for a feeling. I was lost inside the silence, far away from who I was, waiting for a sunrise I had never touched. I walked through the dark with a fire I could barely feel. Every breath became a memory, every scar was something real. I was chasing reflections in a sky without an end, trying to find the moment where I could begin again. Then I heard your voice like a wave across the night, breaking through the distance, turning shadows into light. I opened my hands, let the fear fall from my skin. If the world falls under, I will still reach for the sky. If my heart is breaking, let it break into the sound. Every piece is rising, I am no longer bound, 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 bound. Where the light begins, I feel you close to me. Where the light begins, I am finally free. Where the light begins, we rise above the night. Hearts wide open, burning into life. Where the light begins, we leave the dark behind. I feel your love surround me like a sunrise in my mind. Where the light begins, we rise above the night. I am weightless, I am alive. I am alive, I am alive. Oh, where the light begins, I feel you inside. I was lost in the echoes of the person I became, holding broken pieces, trying to remember my name. Then your light became a signal, moving through the atmosphere. Every pulse became a promise, every sound became clear. Now I hear your voice like a storm beneath my skin, pulling me from the silence to the place where I begin. I open my heart, let the whole sky enter in. I can feel the future calling, where the light begins. If the night surrounds me, I will not close my eyes. If the world falls under, I will still reach for the sky. If my heart is breaking, let it break into the sound. Every piece is rising, I am no longer bound. Where the light begins, I feel you close to me. Where the light begins, I am finally free. Where the light begins, the dark is underneath. Where the light begins, you are the air I breathe. Take me higher. I was lost inside the silence, far away from who I was, waiting for a sunrise I had never touched. The blue, I found a flower in the static, growing where the signal died. Its petals made of silver weather, its roots were tangled in the sky. I was drifting through the after sound of every word we left behind, counting sparks inside the darkness, like a language without time. There were oceans under starlight, there were doors inside the rain. Every Every color held your name. Then the air began to open like a secret coming true. And the night released a garden made of frequencies and blue. Something blooms inside the silence. Something breaks beneath the skin. Not a wound, not a warning, just the place where we begin. If the sky forgets its distance, if the moon dissolves too soon, I will follow what is flowering in the ether back to you. Open in the dark, turn the quiet into motion, turn the ache into a spark. Aether blue, breathing through the blue. Every petal made of thunder, every shadow leading through. I feel the aether bloom opening inside. A garden made a sound where our ghosts no longer hide. Living thing. There were fragments of a future sleeping underneath the glass. Every dream we never entered started rising from the past. I could hear the stars unfolding like a choir without words, and your voice moved through the distance like a flame that never burns. Not a promise, not an ending, not a place we used to know, but a pulse beneath the silence, teaching frozen things to grow. Something blooms inside the dark, a signal in the silence, a light inside my heart. Running through the night with the stars above my skin. Every shadow that I carried started breaking from within. I could hear a distant echo calling out across the blue, like a memory of forever pulling me back into you. And I far beyond the edge of fear, I let go of the weight inside me. When your voice is drawing take me beyond the horizon, where the dawn begins to breathe. Hold me inside the silence, where the sky remembers me. I have been lost in the distance, I have been fading alone, but every light in the darkness is leading me back home. Beyond the horizon, I feel you calling me. Beyond the horizon, I am finally dreams I could not save. I was searching for a reason in the echoes of the waves. Then your light became a compass, like a fire in the rain. Every broken part inside me started singing once again. And I know there is no more hiding falls around us, let it fall into the sea. If the world disappears now, you are still the light I see. If I break into pieces, let the music carry me. I will rise from the ashes into electricity. Beyond the horizon, I feel you calling me. Beyond the horizon, I am finally free. Beyond the horizon, the dark is underneath. Beyond the horizon, you're the air I breathe. Let me go higher. Beyond the horizon, where the dawn begins to breathe. Hold me beside the silence, where you light inside my heart. I was running through the night with the stars above my skin. Every shadow that I carry started breaking from within. I could hear a distant echo calling out across the blue, like a memory of forever, pulling me back into you. And I know there is something waiting far beyond the edge of fear. I let go. I found a door inside the static, where the lonely frequencies sleep. A silver hymn beneath the surface, calling from somewhere deep. I was counting broken seconds on the edge of a fading dream. Every hour felt suspended, like a picture on a silent screen. Then your voice moved through the wires, soft as thunder closes skin. And the dark became a cathedral with 1,000 stars within. There is a song behind the silence, there is a pulse beneath the stone. Every echo carries meaning, every fracture leads me home. If the sky forgets its color, if the moon forgets the sea, I will follow what is ringing in the hollow part of me. In the There were mirrors in the distance. There were ghosts beneath the sound. Every dream I tried to bury started growing from the ground. I could feel the night unfolding like a velvet ocean wide, and your name became a lantern in the architecture of my mind. There is a storm inside the choir. There is a choir in the rain. Every note becomes a doorway. Every doorway knows your name. If the world becomes a whisper, if the stars fall out of tune, I will meet you where the echoes build a temple from the moon. Maybe love is not a moment. Maybe time is not a line. Maybe every heart is building secret rooms inside the night. Maybe we are still becoming something language cannot hold. Two lost sparks inside the silence, turning static into gold. Your heartbeat rings through me. Your echo fills the blue in the cathedral of echoes. I am still finding you. I found a door inside the static where the lonely frequencies sleep. Now every echo has a heartbeat calling from somewhere deep. I was counting broken seconds on the edge of a fading dream. Every hour felt suspended like a picture on a silent screen. Then your voice moved through the wires, soft as thunder, close as skin. And the dark became a cathedral with 1,000 stars within. There is a song behind the silence. There is a pulse beneath the stone. Every echo carries meaning. Every fraction leads me home. If the sky forgets its color, if the moon forgets the sea, I will follow what is ringing in the hollow part of me. I found a door inside the static where the lonely frequencies sleep. A silver hymn beneath. I drew a map across the darkness with trembling lines of gold. Every road became an eclipse. Every shadow had a soul. I was walking through the quiet where the daylight disappeared, carrying a constellation made of everything I feared. There were symbols in the thunder. There were oceans in the storm. Every silence had a heartbeat. Every heartbeat felt unknown. Then your voice became a compass, turning slowly in my chest. Not a rescue, not fade of glow. Eclipse atlas, burning through the blue. Every hidden line keeps leading me to you. Around the dark, like fire, I trace the sky in you. Eclipse atlas, every shadow turns to blue. Eclipse atlas. the sky in fragments, floating over empty streets. Glass constellations trembling where your memory still breathes. I was tracing quiet lightning on the windows of the night. Every street lamp held a secret, every shadow borrowed light. There were echoes in the skyline, there were colors under rain. I could feel the city dreaming through the architecture of pain. Then your signal crossed the silence like a spark beneath the sea, and the world became transparent, showing everything in me. If the stars were only mirrors, let them break and show the truth. Every piece reflects a moment that still leads me back to you. There is beauty in the fracture, there is music in the fall. When the dark begins to shatter, I can hear you through it all. Last constellations shining over me. Every broken star becomes a memory. Glass constellations scattered through the blue. I was never lost, I was becoming you. Glass constellations burning in the rain. Every broken light starts singing your name. Last constellation, last constellation. Every broken light starts singing your name. Under glass constellations, we are brighter when we break. Every scar becomes a waveform, every wound begins to wake. Under glass constellations, the night opens in my chest. I can feel your distant heartbeat moving where the shadows Last constellations, all burning in the rain. Last constellations, singing There were messages in starlight, there were maps beneath my skin. Every silence had a doorway, every ending let you in. I was not afraid of falling, I was learning how to glow like a comet ice and thunder, learning how to hold our shape. Maybe time is just a prison, turning sorrow into blue. Maybe every broken future still remembers me and you. Glass constellations burning in the rain. Every broken light starts singing your name. The sky becomes a mirror, the mirror becomes the sea. Glass constellations still reflecting me. Let it break. Let it break. I saw the sky in fragments, floating over empty streets. Glass constellations trembling where your memory still breathes. I was tracing quiet lightning on the wind. Hologram I saw you flicker in the distance. Not a ghost, not a star, just a pulse inside the static, like a hologram heart. Blue light moving through the ceiling, shadows breathing on the wall. I was caught between two moments where the future learned to fall. There were voices in the cables, there were dreams beneath the floor. I kept touching empty echoes, like they could become yours. Then the room began to shimmer, and the dark forgot its part. You appeared inside the silence, like a hologram heart. You were never fully gone. You were hidden in the sound, in the space a body. Maybe love is not a place. Maybe some souls stay encoded in the light they leave in space. Maybe time is only static, trying to become a song.